It can be one of the most frustrating things when you're working professionally as a photographer, but you don't know how to actually scale your income, how to increase your earnings, and how to make this a viable business for yourself. And the reason this is such a big problem is that not enough people are talking about the actual strategies that you can apply to earn more as a photographer. So today I'm going to share 6 valuable strategies with you that can help you grow your business and make sure that you earn enough to sustain yourself in the future. Let's get into it. So the very first tip that I have is to target higher paying clients. You will say, this is easier said than done, and what does this actually mean? Okay, let me explain. If you are targeting clients such as students, such as artists, craftspeople, there is a big chance that there is simply not enough of those clients out there who are willing to spend enough money on your services. You will have a much easier time selling to clients that have much more money disposable. So usually those clients will be businesses. It could be dentists, it could be architects, it could be Michelin chefs. The point is to think of groups of businesses or individuals who have a bigger budget to spend on such things as marketing and photography. The point is also that you will need to sell to less higher paying clients than to lower paying clients. Say you are photographing families, you will need to photograph so many more families per month to reach your desired income level rather than, say, CEOs, right? Because you will be able to sell at a much higher ticket price, and you will also sell less volume. So that means less work for you, less stress for you, and less of your resources spent per client. And the interesting thing about this is also it doesn't actually require much more effort to get the higher paying clients rather than to get the lower paying clients. It's just a question of the right positioning of your business, the right targeting, and the right marketing to that specific group. So the next thing you can do is easily and very often overlooked, especially with photographers, and that is to increase your visibility. If you see photography as a business, then you need to focus on what is called marketing. So when you break it down, marketing is nothing else but to actually go out and tell people about the services and products that you are offering. To put it simply, if nobody sees what you are selling, nobody is gonna buy it. So there's a lot to unpack within the strategy, but let me just put it very simply. You need to pick appropriate channels for yourself. That could be Instagram, that could be LinkedIn, that could be other social media platforms, and you need to make yourself visible on there. And how do you make yourself visible? You need to put out regular content. That could be the photography that you are creating, and you need to attach and explain the type of services and products that you are offering to people. So no, it's not enough to share pretty pictures online. You actually need to communicate that it is a service that you are offering, and you need to communicate it in a way that is simple, that is understandable, and that makes people book you in an easy way. And part of this strategy, if you want to get more or better clients throughout your career, you need to actually increase your visibility over time. So that means if you're starting, let's say, with one channel, it could be Instagram, and then you over time have figured out your strategy, how to really work Instagram to get those clients, you then can expand to other channels and increase your reach, increase your visibility over time. And this will make sure that more leads get into your channels and you convert those leads to actual customers. So the next tip is one that you will see in my own how much I make in a month as a photographer video. And that is to utilize upselling. I use this strategy myself and know that a lot of photographers out there use upselling as part of their business strategy. So if you haven't used it before, I will explain how it works to you. So upselling means selling additional products or services after you have finished that particular booking, that particular job for the client. So let's say in the world of wedding photography, this could mean selling a curated photo album. This could mean selling like quality art prints of the wedding, and it could also mean selling additional copies of things to friends and family of the wedding couple and stuff like that. In other contexts, it could mean that you have agreed on a specific amount of images that you will provide to the client. Say, in my case, I give out 10 images whenever I shoot actors, right? And I send them usually a selection of 50 to 100 images that they can kind of go through and make their final selection. They will pick more images that they like than those 10 final images, and then ask me if I would sell additional images to them. And I usually do it for an additional fee regarding the rights to these images and also the time that I need to spend editing the images. Okay, next comes another strategy that I haven't people really seen talk about in the photography sphere. But if you are curious and if you are interested, you will notice this kind of tactic in other spheres of business around you. And that is actually to offer referral discounts to your clients. So I personally have started doing this very recently, and I tell my clients that they can get like a certain amount off their final bill if they manage to refer another customer to me. And you can even expand this into like a friendship program. So let's say you offer a certain amount off for both people booking. So the one person booking you first, and then a friendship discount to the person who is booking you through referral. And this makes sure that people keep talking about your services and recommend your services to something else. And you can see actually big companies doing that. So let's talk about like Uber Eats or all these different startups and companies who are using referral codes to give you a certain amount off your actual bill and give your friend some discount and make sure that their service is spread around like a wildfire. The next tip that I have is to sell bigger packages. This can mean, for example, partnering with other people such as videographers and selling a whole package of not only photography to the client, but also an image film by working together with a videographer. That could be selling a full day of photography for that client instead of just a couple of hours. That could mean selling individual shots to a business client, as well as some group shots, as well as some different moods in the office, as well as some product shots. The point is to create bigger packages of something that your potential clients want and need and sell it for a higher price. Another strategy within this is to sell retainers to clients. So instead of selling individual shoots, you sell a couple of shoots, let's say 3 or 4 shoots over a period of time of 3 to 6 months. And you sell it as a bigger package, say a social media package for their company. So instead of shooting them once, you will shoot them multiple times over a period of time, and you will have recurring income from that client. I personally have recently started working with retainer clients, and it gives both sides flexibility. It gives time to play with the content that you are creating together. It also gives your client time to kind of adjust the brief for you and see what sort of images perform well on their, say, social media channels, and then adjust the type of images you are creating together over those 6 months, over those 3 months. It also gives you the security that you need because you know you will have recurring income And it builds a trustworthy relationship between you and the client over time. So you kind of grow into this whole thing together, and you overall achieve better results together. So the next point is for those of you who are a bit further along in their journey and who have their own studio. And that is actually to utilize the studio to make an extra income by renting it out. And I'm not really saying that this is an easy way to make money, because it does require some more effort and logistics from you and some organizational skills. And possibly you might need to hire somebody down the line to manage this. But I would say if you are not fully booked out in your studio every single day, it does make sense to think about putting your studio out on some rental websites and offer to rent it out to other people. And you can actually rent it at a premium to, say, high-value productions like advertising productions, depending on where your studio is located, how well it is equipped. But I would say this is a very good strategy to not rely on purely your client income, but diversify your income into something where you make an extra buck of something that you already have in use, and that is your studio. If you enjoyed this content and you would like to see more videos just like this one, subscribe to my channel, and I will see you in my next video. Bye bye.